this is, I don't want to say maybe the best shots, like you're coming into an Ultra, or sorry, Koi or a team like that, but the fact is this is a better opportunity than it was when he came into Paris, like back.
Without a doubt. I mean, it's taken a lot of time. He's had that success, as you were saying, in Challengers, but his name got dragged through, and it's been a long time. Normally, a Challengers player comes in, all right, it doesn't go great. Normally after like a year, if they're still doing well, they get brought back up, but it has been some time.
3-4 years, where the hell it's been, yeah. So we'll get ready to get into the action here, kicking things off on Gridlock.
And well, this one coming back in from Black Ops 4. Obviously, that year was a 5v5. It's a little bit different. We don't have specialists, but you have the new additions. And I don't know, Black Ops 4 to me, in terms of the map set, you could pretty much take any of them, and I think they would work.
Yeah, best launch map set we ever had.
Yeah, I think it's no doubt about it in terms of that title.
But Envoy cosplaying as Dan Ghosty. There we go. Over to Dan Ghosty. We'll see him try to get rock and roll. And Envoy does start out hot, though. He is on 4 straight quickly. And it's been a nice P1 setup. Our cameras and names not quite matched up, but we'll get there.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll
listen,
get synced.
It's a little bit of a break. We're getting relocked as casters and as production. But Josie, he's dealing with this P2 rotation, able to find Craze. And this is going to be a P1 with some of the power positions on this hill where you can earn a ton of time. And I mean, you can already see Carolina, they feel like with, all right, P2 is a money hill. We have to pretty much give this up and go for these spawns.
No, like you have the box heady, and then you can stand on top of the box and have another heady, like on top of the heady.
It's all about nades.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be huge, especially off the opening rip too, where you're gonna have the no trophies, 4 people to deal with. How do some of these hard points play a little bit differently just with the movement of this? Well, maybe it's not having it's not just shoulders, it's jump peaks as well.
Yeah, it's jump peaks, and obviously, I mean, we don't have like the specialists and everything, but it feels like
True.
You have a little bit more room because it wasn't 5 versus 5, so you're going to see teams spawn all the way across the map. And while P2's a money hill, Carolina, they wanted to get into position for this. They flipped the map. They immediately respond after that. I think that's a good showing. Some of these hills on some of these maps now, it's going to be about these long rotations and making sure you have spawns.
And with the change with the NPC, one of the other big changes, you know, there's probably some sub players that maybe take a step back, some that are better and fry more. I feel for you, you've been a big Lurks fan. This seems like something that should make him even more demonic.
Well, it feels like, yeah, it's one of those weapons where the dropping, it felt like you could take any chow.
Yeah,
maybe just not able to do that. But with the way that some of these maps are with the Omni movement, like, for example, we're into the P3, I think you're going to see a lot of 3 NPCs. And, yeah, because you can just fry. Good luck getting into these spots. But, yeah, Lurks, good start so far, and Carolina now in the lead.
And this could be a massive money hill. So far, so good for Ravens, looking to push open this lead more. Just funneling them through doorways, trying to line them up, get damage in. Exceeds 5 spree comes to an end, but Ravens continue to hold. No opening for Paris. It is a split spawn for them, and they'll try to take a crack at this again. And you're seeing why this will be one of the bigger money hills on the map.
Yeah, I mean, this is just going to be one of those things where you're going to see some spawns come in and the players just in teams not quite adjusted yet. They don't really know the limits of the map and where you're spawning players, but they're learning as we go. And while they have an idea, Neptune is back here. They are looking for this guy. They just did not check the corner. But it was 42 points in that P1 for Paris. Since then, they have not found success, but maybe behind this play, they can get to the P4.
Chance to answer back. One from the front, that'll be Sib. The rest trying to make it through the back inside. I'll see if Neptune's done enough damage to get them in. It looks like they will break. They'll have numbers, they'll have spawns. Gentlemen, need this time now as Sib tries to push it out. You'll see him rocking both weapons on this particular map. Really good pressure instantly off the respawn, though, for Ravens as Lurks gets 2. They're right back in. Neptune's triple, though. Neptune nearly a quad. At least get 2 tags in. That should be an easy trade. Ghosty will steal the deal. And Gentlemen will hold on to this time to stay in the fight.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why in the past maybe we didn't see this weapon is because if you catch a headshot close range, you can 3-pull it. So it is very strong in some of these up-close gunfights. We saw it there from Neptune. Yeah, Paris, they get back into control of a hardpoint, but a nice start there for Carolina throughout this first set.
Yeah, I was watching some of the optic scrims, like Shotzi's POV. Dude, the number of times he was like, "What shot?" Like raging or like mind blown. He got killed by Sib one time with it, just like flying out instant drops. Like there's gonna be some frustrating ones, but when you're not on the receiving end and you're giving it, it's gonna feel very, very good. Ravens, the ones giving it right now, up 40, holding on to the advantage. Let's hear the comms now with the new man on the team. Fire.
Envoy's gonna be towers.
I know.
I'm trying to wrap
On
it.
bridge.
I spawned B back. Spawn behind.
Envoy towers. Envoy towers.
Low bridge.
I'm dead. One more.
Top bridge.
Top bridge in time.
Yeah, I'm staying alive.
He's on time, guys.
Both on time. On the car. Playing for you.
Broken.
The car inside. The car inside.
I'll see the guy bridge.
Nice. Good job.
I'm going now.
That was him. I spawned
I'm
out.
running out front now.
They could have spawned 18 on me.
I'm looking. I heard.
They already know. You want to sprint on me?
Back. Deep wide.
I'm with you in the back. I'm dead. Male.
It's on the
I'm playing safe.
Yeah, two hole, guys.
There's two. I got one more.
Another sushi.
Mid.
I'm coming to front.
I know.
One should be new.
On the pillar.
Deep back.
Yeah, cross the back.
Yeah, I'm coming.
One is already.
I'm close.
Hold me. Envoy, hold it.
Do that.
Outer slip.
Nice. One guy 18.
I got blown up. One is outer slip.
One's low aim hitting male. That's two male. That's two male, guys.
Nice. I don't know.
One more front. Two both front. One's in the car. One's full steady.
I'm looking at sushi. Try the right.
Outer 18.
Outer 18 on me, guys. I'm one shot.
I got male control.
Outer slip.
Time. Outer 18 again.
Outer 18, that's out.
And one sushi.
I know how much.
Top 18.
Outer dead.
That's one out.
Nice. Top 18 nap.
Honestly, 18
Time in front. Outer 18.
Stay down. I got you.
Good route. Yeah.
Weak.
Outer weak and yo, 2
I'm sitting small.
Yeah, 3-0.
He's gonna pinch.
They're gonna be on me.
I'm coming out.
I spawned small.
I'm gonna help him.
I'm playing safe, Jay. I'm not
Cyber hold cross.
I need to close right. I didn't hit him. You got my towels?
Yeah.
Ivory hold cross.
I've already said that one.
From the first set, they had a great, some big time there in 2. They're going to transition this into 3 if they can hold. What a sequence it would be again for Royal Raven.
Yeah, I mean, P2 is a lot to a little, and maybe you wanted a little bit more stability from Fire with this addition, and you're getting it. Almost 2 minutes in the hill, 15-9, being in the spots, allowing his teammates to do whatever the hell they want. But the key throughout this map is you are simply out-rotating this Gentlemate's roster, and when new maps are added, it is just tough because you don't know the most effective way to break these money hills like we do on some of these older maps. And when you're getting out-rotated every single time, you're going to have score lines like this for now.
If you saw Ghosty and Sib's stat line, and you saw Exceed and Fire's stat line, you would instantly say they were probably out-rotated.
Yeah.
Like honestly, because it has been, I'm sure, not a lot of fun for Ghosty as he's had M15 out trying to break in, got people lurking in spots, and then PC just, he's headbutting a wall right now. Lead continues to grow. Cray started a little bit slow, but Lurks has been frying, and they're getting into it. Envoy's double, hopefully setting up Paris to maybe have a solid P4 again, because they need it. They absolutely need some big time. If they get the rest of this, they're within 20. You're in a good position. And they've been able to start to push out kind of both sides of this. Nice win from Fire. Will at least keep Envoy honest on that side of it. But good trade from Envoy. But as you have to keep Envoy there to the first gunfight from Fire, look what happens. Opens up to the front. They're all able to get through, and then Fire's a big part of that.
Yeah, I mean, Neptune and Jost, oh my, I don't know what just happened there, but that is not what you want. Maybe a detonate on the ground, but the fact is Neptune and Josti, they got out of the hill, and they wanted to fight the street, right? If they win that fight, yes, Carolina spawned so far away, but the problem is they both die. There were no trades, and well, that leads to Ravens getting the final 20 or 30 points.
Your last guy would have been Envoy, but he's chasing down a kill deep in the back. So great job from Ravens, timing things up perfectly, winning fights on both sides of it, making sure that's not kind of the comeback condition for Paris. But we're not out of it yet. P1 been pretty solid for Paris. Really, they're going to have to improve on 2 and 3 if they're going to mount the comeback. Not going well for them so far, though. Opening seconds, all going to Ravens. Neptune going to find the only kill. Everything else, it's still all Ravens.
Yeah, you're just seeing, I mean, headshot comes in and you are evaporated by this weapon. But Neptune trying to make the plays, but he gets cleared out by Exceed and Lurks. Comes, we heard it, they were on point. This is what we're talking about. This P1, not easy to break whatsoever. A lot of headies, you can hit the jump spots. Good luck, but Neptune trying to make it happen. But Ravens, with the addition of Fire, trying to close out this first map, and they do exactly that.
Okay, well, Ant saw this one going 4. I don't know how he's feeling now. Might be going 4 the other way as Ravens dominate in the map 1. Listen, Qualifier 2, we saw, listen, there were upsets all over the place. Results didn't make a whole lot of sense. You got to think with like new maps in the rotation, we're going to have more question marks maybe than ever at the beginning of this, but I thought this would be a strong start for Paris. It was not.
Yeah, I mean, Major 2 at the tournament, this is the same way it started. Carolina won the first map, like 250 to 180, and then it was sort of Envoy put up like 14 in that map too to bring them back into it. But I think
Oh, that was the Colossus, right? Where he
yeah,
was
I
not-
think this is I don't know, if you're a Paris fan, what worked so well throughout stage 1, which went away, was this strong hard point. Yeah, they're just simply being outclassed by the league.
Well, we wanted to see consistency from Fire for this team. I'll tell you what, 2 minutes and 52 seconds in the hard point.
I know my role. I'm there.
Holy hell.
I got your hill, boys.
It just felt like the game was very easy for Ravens. That was a terrific result. And I mean, for Fire, what a hell, I mean, that's a hell of a debut.
And right from the get-go, they had an understanding of how they wanted to play this map, which was heavy rotation, right? They gave up 42 seconds on that P1, but that was to flip the map. They instantly had a response. They won P2 and P3. That gave them the lead, and that just never really went away. Again, yes, Paris has the skill and the talent to sort of rely on breaks at times. I just think on some of these newer maps, they're going to come in time, but not yet.
Yeah, I mean, for Ravens, this is, I think if you would have like swapped out any of the other guys with the way they play the game and their roles, it would have been much tougher. But with how Nero played, I just think this seemed pretty easy for him. Like,
Yeah, maybe this
Fire
allows-
acclimated quickly.
Maybe this allows Exceed to do whatever he wants, right? He's running that third sub. He can be the flex. It felt like he was the stability in a lot of these game modes through these once his addition to this team, where now he has a little bit more freedom.
Yeah, yeah. And listen, it's one map. It's one map. We'll see if that can continue. Expect to see this Gentleman's team bounce back as they're trying to not replicate what went down with the previous qualifier. Granted, it's a whole lot different. We're not, you had 11 matches last time through. You're going to be playing 5 this time. You have the online mini, which were mini. Minor, thank you. Minor tournament we're going to have as well, but it's a lot different. We have the amateur tournament coming up, well, the pro-am coming up, so it's a lot different than last time through, but you don't have like the room for error like you did last time. Granted, they had that room for error, that qualifier never really bounced back. I mean, they had to play in a plan, but you start slow like you did last time.
Yeah, and I don't know their entire schedule, but this
You might hit a pool that is real hard.
This is a matchup you would kind of expect to win.
Yeah.
So-
Well, when it's online, I guess.
Yeah, with Ravens. Yeah, they even out a little bit. But yeah, they had a little more
Yeah, the
confidence.
work from home squad, dude. They're working it. They're working it. But
It works.
Hell of a debut there. We get ready for Den, Search and Destroy. The next two are, map and mode combinations that we've had previously before coming into this. Everything else is going to be new. I think we're going to see a Saki, which I'm excited about. I don't know if we'll go the whole way to a Fringe. It's been a long time since I've casted a Fringe Search and Destroy. That could be sick as well. But so far, so good. Now we get to Search, and this is somewhere where Gentlemates kind of all year have been trying to find improvements. That process continues.
Yeah, we're right back to square one, I guess, for your Gentlemates. It was another game mode. Like, their overload got better throughout stage 2. It was above 50%, which, yeah, they're 2-3-5. It was good enough to obviously win Major 1. But it was just sort of like, we have to improve in this area. And, yeah, overload got better, but hardpoint got worse. Search just never found anything.
And that's why, you feel better about the margin of error for some of your top teams more, well, really just for like your optic for your face, because they're consistent across modes, because their Search and Destroy is good. If you have an off weekend or an off series where your hardpoint's not in a great spot, you can still win a series. It just doesn't feel that way for Gentlemates. Like, pulling one out in 5, it's just, it's not going to be the recipe for success, it feels like.
Unless it's Sunday at Major 1.
Yeah, true.
They're down 5-2.
Yeah, yes. Let's go back to that, yeah.
But yeah, since then, you just can't rely on those individual plays. And
this is a team that you talk about like map 1s. Remember, they lost one map 1 in the first qualifier.
And there were a lot of just little mistakes throughout stage 2 where you had like these 4v2s, you would ego challenge something with a snipe potentially, or someone would take an ego challenge, you would line up. There were just a lot of dumb rounds that they had.
Gonna have to get rid of those. Again, just 5 matches to decide your fate, and some you don't have a real tough schedule, some an easier schedule. Again, it's really gonna be based on what their schedule is for qualifier 4 or the matches they had back in qualifier 1. Some teams going to need to take advantage. Some teams going to need to come up with some crazy wins. But if we know anything about Craze on this particular map, he can be the first blood reaper.
And Envoy just picked up that snipe. Wherever Sib got naded, dropped him a snipe. Envoy's able to tie things up.
Not sure I've ever seen that on the kill feed. Envoy with a snipe.
I mean, that's beautiful. Well, thanks for that drop.
Takes the gift, and suddenly, after that opening blood from Craze, it's now Gentlemates in the driver's seat. 3 versus 2, but they're going to have to find the kills, find the defuse. Craze spots with the info, knows where the pressure is coming from. He's going to back up and group up with Exceed. They have this planted to deal with from mid. Craze will take a route. And Exceed will find the angle from Statue. He's gonna have a big one-on-one, I believe, against Neptune here shortly. Crazy able to win it. There's that one-on-one. Neptune's able to win it. Now it's all gonna be on Craze. He'd have to get the ace here, or maybe just walk away with one off a bomb. Thought maybe he had the pick, not able to connect on the shots. Gonna double chow and drop. Gentlemen, bring it back. Time of the defuse.
Yeah, luckily there's enough time in this round, but even that first chow, like there's just an initial solo chow, which you kind of panicked a bit, but yeah, because due to the positions, Carolina has to check bomb, and there was around 18 seconds left, so Josie just gets off of it. Once Craze is left in that 1 versus 2, and they double chow, but yeah, it's just like, you kind of saw like, all right, maybe someone's just a little step ahead, but it's all good. You rebounded, great stuff from Envoy. And then they're able to work that second pick to give them the man advantage.
And I think you're going to find, like, there's going to be some spots and plays that worked really well before, but with the weapon change, don't. And listen, we just saw it once there, but, like, you got that spot with, like, a sniper and AR at Statue. If you got pushed for the drop, it's like a winnable fight. Up close there with the NPC, like, for Statue, he didn't have a chance. Like, that didn't even look winnable at all. And, like, I feel like that's what it should be with a sub at that range, but spots like that, you're going to have to hit some shots before they get up close and personal. Sib, instead of being blooded with an aid, this time able to find the opening pick. So back-to-back rounds with sniper kills for Gentlemates. Numbers for him. Lurks, though, nice one-on-one win for him. But there's one of those up-close fights where an AR just gets smoked is Craze. And now it seems like whoever gets the first blood loses numbers, loses the round. Okay.
And I'm just a little worried already, because they're just like, we get our first blood, and then we're just taking 2 individual chows as a team. We're not working a site together. And this is what sort of has plagued Paris all year. Like, we're not using these numbers. We're not turning into this death ball or just playing slow, waiting for them to overreact. We just get pushed. All right, we push individual lanes and both lose the gunfights.
Maybe they're saving it all for the next qualifier for Paris. You know?
Maybe.
It's like one of those things.
But to me, this has to just be like,
it's like Dragon Ball Z. They're just like they're revving up, bro. They're powering up.
And I'm nitpicking. I am nitpicking.
I think that's fair, though. Listen, the fact is they're a major champion this year. You can nitpick more with them than, I don't know, you would a Royal Ravens. Quick plan. In for Ravens. And now you still have a lot of map to cover for Paris with 2 pushing through on the long wrap. By time you are engaging, you're going to have sub 25 seconds probably to work with here. So once the fire starts, it's got to go crazy.
It's all about this timing. What's this slide going to do? And, well, it's going to slide into the NPC, and it's almost like he messed up that slide, so he didn't have a clear shot. LOS onto that player, but here we go. 20 seconds. You still have a shot if you are Ravens. Craze is still lurking. Lurks is, well, he's continuing to make plays, and they're both going to find it. Well, it's going to come down to the defuse again.
10 seconds to go. Probably just needs 1 pick. They're on it. And Ghosty able to win it. The headshots come through. Neptune gonna trust his guy. And Gentlemates, with the late push on the bomb, are able to pull off the retake. But that's probably another example right there, honestly, with Fire, where that's a spot where sometimes you can slide, catch a timing, and you'll get one. Against the NPC, I don't know if you're getting one, even if that was 1 player.
Yeah, like you can catch like a headshot with the M15, and it's still, yeah.
It's not like unwinnable. It's just, it's harder. It's harder.
He has to be gun ready. And yeah, it messed up the slide a little bit. You had a chance there if you were Lurks. M15, though, was in the hands of Ghosty, and yeah, he's going to have that advantage. So yeah, retakes. So far, so good here for Paris.
Well, I guess I'm just curious if you find like this weapon change significant up there. Like, people are going to have to kind of change up their spots and how they play situations. Like, is it?
Yeah,
it kind of seems like it to me. Like, it kills that fast.
Some
like,
of your
range.
angles going to have to be a little bit different.
A little different, yeah. You just can't really trust yourself to maybe win a close range fight with the M15 like you could before. I kind of hope it is that thing where, I don't know, in the past, we kind of talked about the players that were really good close range with an AR versus sub. Like MW3, we talked about a lot with, like, I don't know, Sib or Geo. Whereas that, it kind of felt like anybody could sort of this year. I don't think that's going to be the combo anymore. There are going to be a handful of AR players that fry up close. Or I could be totally full of shit, Joe.
Good. Making a lot of assumptions. Just match 1. We're hanging out. We don't know. We have no idea. At least Object streams some scrims, so we have a little bit of idea.
Yeah, no, I mean,
shout out to those guys.
Honestly, mostly what I'm talking about is just watching their scrim.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Well, Envoy is going to be the lone man over towards A. His timing may be everything.
That's all going to be if someone's going to continue to watch this, or if his
Thank God for that trophy.
Are going to die. But yeah, you're just waiting on him. Is someone going to turn? Are we smart enough to do this? Well,
that makes it easier.
Find that. There we go.
Yeah, the first one makes it a little easier for somebody to pick up the flank, but it's Exceed that does both. He can be the absolute reaper on this site with the snipe. You're seeing it again, all on Ghosty now. 20 seconds to go. 1 versus 4. That's the luck, fella. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Obviously, you're always going to trust Sib to sort of win that fight, but it's one of those things where you're just waiting on Envoy, and if you give him another second, like if you're just shouldering that potentially instead of holding the angle, it might give Envoy to make that play.
Yeah.
Right. It's 8-9 because Exceed might continue. If he misses a shot, it might still look that way. But he just kind of has that feeling. All right, now I'm going to look to flank here.
We have casted a lot of Raven's Den Search and Destroy, and I will say with confidence, Exceed might be the best sniper on this particular map.
Yeah.
Like, no, he
Around that bomb site?
Bro, I swear to God, that bomb site, he's disgusting. No disrespect to Dashy or Super, but no, he is whatever it is on that side, like B site, there's a confidence and swagger for Exceed there. Fire, Monster map 1, still trying to find maybe the rhythm here in Search and Destroy, but you're tied up 2-2. They take all of mid, and now it's Sib's turn on the other end. If he heard my comment, but he is traded out quickly. Number still going to go the way of Gentlemates unless Exceed can bring it back. Tree just smokes them, and so does Neptune.
Oh!
Neptune then gets another. Damn. Blessed by a tree and blessed by that gunny. Neptune with a takeover round.
Shout out to whoever planted that there at Treyarch.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I think if that's not there, Exceed gets the kill.
Yeah, because I mean, you probably lose some aim assist there, gets a little wobbly,
100%.
and then Neptune just destroys you, able to play his life. I'm thinking we're into a 2-on-2. He knows that he's going to get hunted down. Well, Johnny Appleseed gives him one.
And that's probably been another situation with the NPC. Like, you're one shot, but when you catch somebody, it doesn't matter. You're getting smoked before you get a bullet out. 3-2 now to Paris. Neptune popping a triple in that one. We might have Sib versus Exceed on this side of it, but a little bit of a different look offensively, at least with the positioning of Envoy and how he's going to end up playing this.
And I was nitpicking earlier, but so far, like since that round, they have been much more as a unit, just trying to set up plays. This continues, but could come down to this. Craze versus Neptune. I mean, he is just right on the other side. But Carolina's thinking maybe this is a fate back towards A. They're just trying to find info. They really have nothing right now. And well, it's going to come down to this.
Yeah, Neptune wins the patience battle. Catches one, they'll plant right after that. Now it's probably going to need to be some magic from Exceed with the sniper again if they're going to bring this back. Lurks is tagged up and should be dropped. Smoke, finesse, but Neptune deals with it. 5 straight out for him as he gets up to 7-2. Just don't give Exceed some freebies. Fire, hell of a win there.
How did Neptune end up there?
I know.
My guy's just running at them.
The guy is moving. Sib wins the sniper duel this time around, and now a 2-round edge in the search.
Honestly, what I was thinking throughout that is that like he sees Lurks in the middle of the map and just flies at him, and I'm hoping like his teammates saw the other two because there's he just flew. And I'm like, oh, like what are you like? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
You're just taking this fight like there might be a second or third one. No, but maybe he had the info. And well, he's after that round prior, he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna take any gunfight.
I'm guessing Sib and Exceed probably exchanged some peeks there with Snipes. Yeah. After a little bit of a shaky start, Gentlemates now in control. Fire does get on the board, but won't matter in the losing round. We haven't seen a whole lot of action over towards A, but it looks like this is the time we might. Getting pushed up, hold an angle, it's gonna be Neptune. He finds another blood. Damage into a second, but Lurks able to snap and at least trade one. The Ravens attack pretty split for now. You've got Exceed out towards mid. He's gonna lurk underneath the eyes of Sib. Exceed could get through and catch one, but you gotta have Lurks alive. Lurks is still alive there. Somehow he's able to stay up and Exceed gets here in time. Maybe he can catch one, but now it's gonna be all on him 1 versus 3 with the big stick.
Yeah, maybe if he doesn't have the sniper, but he's just thinking there's someone deep all the way back pillars watching this, and while he's gonna fly out, and Envoy and Neptune shut down that round.
Yeah, they just did not think Neptune has gotten as forward as he did. Back-to-back first bloods for him. As his streak continues, yeah, what's he up to? 6 or 7?
Well, he died.
Yeah. That's right. When he flew back, when you said, how did he get there? Yeah. Totally blacked out that he died. But he has been taken over in these last couple, especially early. Dan Ghosty. Well, back and forth with Sib as they get ready for this one. try to close it out here 6-2 and tie up the series, brush off a shaky opening gridlock, and Sib dishing out the snipe again, fire. Well, he had a great debut. Not the best map too, but it takes some time to get rolling and search with the team. Exceed though will bring it back. Sib overstays his welcome. He will drop Lurks. Is gonna snap onto Ghosty. The power of the NPC and the power of Lurks on display.
Well, it's also just the movement, right? You can see the difference. I don't think you're moving like that with the Dravik. You're a little bit quicker in the slides, and what you can see Sib's face. Sib, listen, Dan and Sib are gonna be in the team chats. Like, are we sure we want to use this gun? This shit is insane.
Seems like a sub. I like it though. You're moving.
They are cooking. Well, you just miss a couple of bullets and they are going to make you pay, as we see this from Lurks' POV. I mean, this is just an off angle.
Similar to what Neptune did on the other end, yeah.
Yeah, but you just see the slide.
Adios.
Yeah, nice. Headshot. See ya.
I mean, Dan probably should have got that kill still. He missed some bullets, but like, yeah, I know. But he's mind blown. I'm telling you, I was watching shots. These POV, I was crying, dude. He was mind blown every 30 seconds. It was killing me, dude. We get into the mixer real quick. 1 for 1 so far over here at B. Ravens are going to have to rip off 4 straight. We already won 1.
Where's Neptune? Is he in between the blocks outside the hut? Yeah, okay.
Looks like it, yeah. And like,
So what's
Lurks
up?
might have technically like saw him there, but like, you're not going to spot him when you're jumping like that. So he'll hang tight. Maybe he's trying to group up and catch somebody they're hoping that might have been pushing through, because Gentlemates have tried that a couple of times and nobody's going to be there.
Just going to leave Neptune. Hopefully he can make the play here. And while he's done it in the previous round, a little bit of a different spot though. Off angles galore from both of our teams. And how does this play out?
Oh, no.
I just defuse it.
He's able to get 2. Neptune, the playmaker, 11 and 6 out of him. Everything now on fire to bring this back. Not going to happen. A solid win in the search to destroy for Gentlemates. Somewhere they're going to need to find improvements and to beat Ravens on one of kind of their bread and butters. One that they've been going to Den search all year. Not going to be able to get it done there, but yeah, I mean, Neptune making plays like that, make it easy for them.
Yeah, I think the key things like for Paris were their retakes right on defense over towards that B site were fantastic. Carolina, obviously, you have a new addition. Search is always that one game mode. It's just going to take a little bit of time. You all have to get on that same page. Fire also got sniped. He had 3 first deaths. Got sniped by Sib a couple of times. Probably all 3.
Sib had 4 kills and 3 first bloods.
Yeah, probably all 3 of those. So
might have been.
You guys like, all right, welcome to the league. Welcome back to the league. Here's the sniper.
Maybe sniper spot's a little bit different than he's used to dealing with the challengers, but the fact is Sib is going to take some aggressive angles and he's going to catch you sometimes. So now we are tied up 1-1. We get ready for kind of your swing game, and this is where Ravens have been solid. Their overload since Exceed came in improved massively. I know it's been a couple of stages now with him, but he has been great for them. And then this is where we saw big improvements for Gentlemate's last qualifier as well.
Yeah, and we're back to Den, right? Maps always go on these shifts. Early stage 2, it was a ton of Den, and then we saw it by the major.
Exposure.
Yeah, about 95%.
Exposure.
5% of that. So, yeah, back to Den we go.
Yeah, it was a ton of it. But, all right, tied up 1-1. Not maybe how we expected it to go. And based on these 2 teams' expertises coming into it, but we ready to continue on. It's Den Overload coming up next. We'll see who can take the first series of Qualifier 3. We'll be back after the break.
Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
COD Champs tickets are on sale now. Come see the best teams lock in for this season's grand finale in fabulous Las Vegas. All 4-day passes come with early venue access. Head to phasevegas.com or scan the QR code to get your tickets now.
Look like the pros to play like the pros. The CDL team skins are available now. Scan the QR code or check out the in-game store now.
Brought to you by America's Navy and the special operators who work in the shadows.
to the CDL. Wow, what is going on? Look, he's the master fight. This guy is just, that's unbelievable.
Okay.
I knew coming back to him. This is not what I was expecting.
Listen, where am I looking here? It's Mother's Day, all right? Call your moms, all right? And maybe I'll call them too.
Two in the back.
Backwards. Two in the mix. Nero's gonna get go!
Go!
Holy
How many those?
Oh, hold on. They're actually
Big
making
win.
plays.
Wait, there's only one guy. Wait, they got it.
bro. What the f?
What are they?
What the f is Carolina doing?
Bro. He's in our soul. I went left. Oh, pinch left.
Yeah, this one deep.
I'm waiting for you. Nice, 3-2.
I'll try.
Oh my God. Go. Go. For the game. Boom. Holy what exposure. 8-0.
One tractor for sure, okay?
Oh, bomb, one shot.
Heard you.
Oh, bomb dead.
Nice, good job.
Oh, bomb dead. Bomb dead.
Bomb, one shot. One bang, nice.
One square. Draws on bomb. Give me a sec. One shot dead.
Nice.
Last guy broken.
Bring me.
I'm gonna hop.
He's still broken.
Broken weak on you guys.
Nice.
Is everyone
Mind Go A. Yo, next time go A, guys. Yeah, they're gonna get whopping dead. Yeah, nah, this is insane.
Hello and welcome back. We're getting ready. We're ramping up for Major 3. Tickets still on sale. We're headed to Atlanta. DreamHack Atlanta should be a blast. Hoping it's a fraction of what we just had at Birmingham. It's gonna be hard to, I feel like, match what it was insane to be back in the UK.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta is going to be in this sort of sandwich between both of our international events that may be the craziest we've ever had. So we'll see. Hopefully, Atlanta, we'll see you there.
Yeah. All right. Well, now, so far, exactly as we predicted, both teams have won the opposition's pick. Not how we thought it would go, but now we get ready for the map 3. This will, with Team B going to Ravens, this will be their pick here on the Den. Overload has been solid for them. It's been about the improvements for Gentlemates in this mode as well. This should be, I feel like, maybe the best map between these teams.
I would hope so. Yeah, seems like both our teams locked in and warmed up. We're locked in and warmed up.
Maybe I'm just saying that because map 1 was a blowout, map 2 was a blowout. Yeah, I'm learning how to talk again. I haven't cast in 3 weeks, so I'm like, holy, I forget how to speak.
But I mean, obviously, when you have some roster changes, there's going to be maps that maybe one roster iteration was good at. We'll see if it stays strong for Fire.
Well, at least Fire game modes. Yeah, I mean, he looked good in a respawn so far. We'll see how that transitions now over to Overload. Talking about Exceed and how good he has been in this particular mode, how he has been the difference maker for him coming in. Some of his stats against Paris, he has been terrific. We stick on Den before we get our first look at Saki officially in the rotation. Neptune had a monster map too. He'll look to carry that momentum into this. Dan Ghosty trying to brush off being absolutely mind blown in that when it started to heat up. See, he had a rough map 1. Trying to get things going now, but it's the NPCs hitting for Ravens early.
Yeah, and this is a map where, Ravens, they kind of had a choice, this or exposure, but Paris has been, I mean, pretty much they've relied on exposure overload. So they're going for this. Hasn't been one of the strongest for Carolina on the year, but so far it's been a strong start. So to come down to this 1 versus 1, but Neptune was already there.
Yeah, it's tough. You hope that break off, you're able to at least turn that into 1. Not able to happen, but now they'll try to hold any kind of counter opportunity for Paris. They're grouping this up over towards the B goal. Eyes on Craze, because he's going to be the one that will probably be your timing player to try and catch something. Not going to happen. He's going to get shouldered and absolutely obliterated there from Envoy. Lurks is going to get pinned. Envoy's obliterating everyone. It's all going to be down to 40 to make the play. He's only able to get 1, and that is a quick score for Gentlemates after early control for Ravens.
And well, yeah, I mean, Trace just gets picked first. And kind of what we saw with Den is just that, like this sort of 50-yard line stagnation between both of our teams. And normally the defenders would kind of wait for the attackers so this doesn't happen. But that time, Craze, he started that domino effect. He gets
He needs to wait for the rest of his team to chow first, right?
Or he's just got to wait for Paris to chow, right? Like Paris,
that engagement to start is kind of, I mean, like that other fight to start before he peaks.
They know exactly where he is, but quickly it is 2-0 for Paris.
Paris in the driver's seat. Starting out 2-0 quickly. Let's hear the comms out for Paris Gentlemates.
What should you do? There's 3 here. There's 3 here. Lurks that outer.
Nice job.
2 on ball.
Right here.
I'm going in mid.
He's
Go mid. Side door. Dante. He's cutting spawners behind the desk.
yeah, I hear it.
Something.
One shot on
I'll
shot. Server's on
on tree. Nice.
I'll shot server desk.
Side doors or server door. Server desk.
Server desk. I didn't even realize. I'm protecting ball.
really weak server desk.
Okay, Ivor, right then.
It's Ivor pitch.
Give me
He's still
side door
server
play.
desk. He's still server desk. No, he's probably just killed.
No, he went out.
Side
Mid. He might go top 3.
I top 3. I have it. Sun low. Fake sun low.
Right here. Dojo.
I killed
That's
Dojo.
Crazy and Exceed last 2.
I have front window trap.
Craze could be pinching again. I have it.
Yeah,
P2.
Dead.
Nice.
Crazy
Enter dead.
Nice.
I went mid.
I'm with you. I'm
Lurk to deep. Lurk to deep. You can just chill. Deep on me. One shot. Lurk. You want to wrap out?
Yeah, I'm gonna go couch to left.
Okay. Lurk is one shot back garage. I'm coming left. 2 garage. 1v1 Dill.
Short.
I get it.
Short.
Short blitzing lockers.
Main lockers. I'll get mid cut. Go for it.
Oh, back lockers already. Could be in. I don't know.
Back lockers. One shot lurks. I think here. In lockers maybe. I'm ironing lockers door. Outside of mid cut.
In lockers. I'm
Every door. Door left corner weak. No lockers. Piles dead.
Could be mid cut.
Not there.
On point, Trev.
Yeah, I'm mid cut that. Yo, iron weak.
One shot. Left corner. Left corner.
No, I got hearts on though, bro. I need
They're gonna be short too.
I'm pitch P2. Already close.
Shot on ball.
I pitch P2. Okay, I'm pitching.
He's was gonna reset by the way. Right.
No.
Hell of a stun there by Craze. Otherwise, that might be another score for Paris. And now for what Ravens, you're just hoping to get something. You had a decent break off, a chance at a score early. Now it's been mostly having to play from the defensive side of things. Fire looking for a pick. This doesn't spot Ghosty. He'll get dropped. Exceed gonna lose his fight as he's double chowed out mid.
And this has really been it. I mean, ever since like the break off, they just haven't had offense. Now ball's gonna wrap all the way back to Neptune's actually here. He can just go. He doesn't know what we know, so he's gonna wait for his teammates. But Exceed was in the middle of the map. So EMP gonna be down. Now they're gonna play for it. And well, what is this time gonna be like with Exceed? He has no idea where they're going. They're going towards his B point.
Here they come. You got 2 people here defensively, but the numbers will be there for Paris. They're going to slow down here for a moment. Fire still trying to hold the line, just waiting on Ghosty to make the play and get him behind. Ghosty able to do it, just barely able to win it. He's on 6 straight, and there's your 3rd score. Paris dominant.
And well, Exceed just nowhere. Yeah, he's just not out of that play. He is just out of that play. Somehow lurked through mid-cut. Tried to get forward, was hoping something would happen. Instead, his teammates get taken down. Well, Paris, they just fly on forward.
And now this is sort of the opposite of what we talked about in the hard point. Like, Lurks is popping off. You're ahead on rotation constantly. You're setting him up for success, but you've been mostly having to play defense and haven't been able to get loose at all. And Lurks is in hell now. 5-13. The pace of this game, the setup of this game has been all dictated by Paris. They've had a chance to flush through a 4th here in the final 20 or so seconds. Envoy has been huge for them offensively. Found a triple to really set up that first kind of double score they were able to get. Fire, I swear all 13 of his have come basically from the goal line. And you're gonna get one more stand, I think, here to get you to half. Well, we'll see. Hold up. OT, 30 seconds to go.
Well, I mean, Lurks checks that corner, but he didn't lose the gunfight. So now maybe off the Neptune kill, they can make something happen. I mean, worst case scenario. Oh, we just go to halftime. You're up 3-0. So Ghosty's going to take a couple of fights. He knows he's got 12 seconds remaining. I mean, KD continues to look better and better. It's just how quickly can he get there?
Yeah, well, you have time to... No, you're not going to. I thought maybe you had time to just run through, you just fry people and get in. Not going to happen. Okay, so great half for Paris, leading 3-0. It feels like their defensive holds were pretty much all at mid-map. they stalled out everything there. Envoy's triple kind of is what got things going to really lead to this opening double. Neptune and Envoy is punching in the mouth early. As they start out, it was like 10-3, 10-4.
And I think this is another look at sort of like the NPC. We're seeing 3 NPCs on this map. And at times you would see 3 subs, but the entire half, Sib has had one out. Just relentless pressure, but a great stat line from Ghosty. And this is what we saw even towards the end of stage 2. He got back into form big time. He was like the only player positive for them at the major. So he is still doing his thing.
Yeah, no, rough map 1, but not the case here. It's Lurks that really needs to unlock on the other side if Ravens are going to be able to bring this back. Side flip. They need a complete game script flip. Fire, well, there you go. Locks in 3. He hits Neptune to 8 HP as well. Fire nearly fries everybody. You had a good break off in the first half, though, and couldn't turn it into a score.
Exceed's all the way up, though. Could he at least get a stun? It's going to be a 1 versus 1 for now for this point. But while Envoy gets here, Exceed's just going to find a kill, you would hope, with his position. Doesn't happen. Defense strong.
It's another 3-4 dead. Off break. The Ravens can't turn into one. Now you're hoping to just not allow what happened in the first half to happen, which is back-to-back scores quickly in succession.
How about that?
Well, okay, maybe Lurk's coming alive is happening now. Yeah, triple for Fire off the break, a triple for Lurks now defensively, and here they come, soaring on forward.
Just a nade, though. A nade stops.
Oh my God, I was about to say, where is the carrier? The carrier gets picked by Sib's nade, and again, the defense just too strong. Can he get through? Craze trying to go, can't cross the gap. Oh, they're just getting edged there towards the goal line. Can't get in.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the situation, yeah, edging's great, but not right here for Carolina Royal Ravens. It's, yeah, just defense. The clutch plays have been unbelievable for Gentlemates throughout this map.
They continue to hold. Now trying to turn some defense into offense. You have a 3-on-3. Sorry, kind of a 4-on-3 on the pressure because Exceed is out of the play for now. Craze wins a big one mid-map. Exceed now backing up to help, but his team has done the work. Lurks. I mean, he's already found what? Like 10 kills in this half or whatever.
Yeah, it was 6 and 15.
Yeah. I was about to say, he did not have many in that.
He's had a couple of triples already.
Another opportunity for Ravens. But can they actually score? Sib with NPC in hand for the most part, as you said. Not having a crazy map, but he's had some big plays defensively.
Well, it just feels like they're playing as a unit. Like when they're all sliding, I mean, there is 3 subs flying at you, and then, yeah, Dosey just in the back. So it's just this pace from the get-go that you were getting from Gentlemates.
Another opportunity now. What's Envoy's timing gonna be like? Well, he's not gonna like his peak, so he'll reposition. He's keeping 2 players honest out. Maybe he has some help coming. On the other side, though, you might get shut down. Your EMP carrier is going to get dropped. A little 2-on-2 around EMP. We'll see how this one plays out. Down to a 1 versus 1. Envoy getting damage in. EMP probably getting close to a reset.
Well, that's another look at. Well, I think the drawback, it was a slower, obviously, fire rate, but you also had 36 in the clip. It just felt like you could get 3-4 kills.
You're getting like 2 in reloading.
Yeah, 2 in reloading. So Envoy, he's like, all right, I got like 4 bullets. Probably not going to be a kill. I'm just going to rely on this pistol. That's why he continues to go for that.
You can get a lot more too, depending on the situation, but yeah, seems more often than not that's the case. Another chance now for Royal Ravens. Can they finally get one in? Neptune says no, sir. Fire not really with the angle to help at least get the score through. He'll stall out any kind of counter opportunity, I believe, for Paris for now. Pressure is on, and Lurks is trying to make things happen by himself in the back line, but he's been spotted. 2 heads turning deal with him. Exceed trying to help him out. A 1-on-1 here towards the point for a second, but Exceed's so weak, I'm not sure he can do much.
Hey, now he's gonna reset, so maybe that gives you an opportunity, but guess what? Sib is behind you, and you've just been stagnant. Like, it feels like you've had 1 or 2 players in good spots, but then the other 2 are across the map where they get caught off a spawn. So you really haven't had a good look at this if you are Ravens. Like, you had your players in the positions you want to score right there, but instead now Paris on the counter.
Yeah.
And well, Neptune, he's going to cut them off, spawn them deep. It is down to a C, but he's going to be too late.
It's 4-0, and you're getting outslayed by like 5, 6. Like, it's not that crazy. Like, they're not getting choke slammed in the sighting department. Just all the, I guess, key gun fights, the big ones for scores. Well, going Paris's way. Their defense has just been too strong, and now, I mean, you're basically out of this, barring some sort of relay miracle.
Yeah, no, it's over.
Yeah. Simply too good defensively. Finally, a score goes home for Ravens.
And this guy,
fortunately, it's not what it matters.
What a map out of Dan Dosey. 28 and 18 right now. Plus, he has 2 scores on the board. He is looking damn good. But yeah, getting you up to 1. And yeah, very similar to the series that we've seen from them at Major 2. Losing that first hard point, but controlling the series after that.
And this is one where I think for Sib, the stat line doesn't really tell the story. I mean, whether it was the nade that picked up the EMP carrier, whether it was, I think 2 times he shot an EMP carrier in the back to stall out a push. Had the stat line maybe a little bit here late, but
yeah, it was worse, but it didn't matter. Yeah, like you could just tell that.
Yeah, the kills mattered. He had several kills that mattered.
He's running that 3rd NPC, and probably shouldn't be an extra time, and there we go. Had some changes to the mode the last couple of weeks, trying to figure out what we wanted to play, and well, sometimes bugs happen.
A great win, though, for Paris. Up 2-1 now after the shaky start in that gridlock. We'll see Saki, I think the one time scrim I watched with them, I think it was the one for Soptic. I think they beat up like 250, 249. It was like a crazy little clutch ending. But honestly, I remember watching, like, Shotzi wasn't sure where someone was going to spawn. People were still kind of figuring stuff out. Oh, boy, went clutch. It was a crazy map, but they're going to need a hardpoint victory here to close it out. Otherwise, we are going the distance. Granted, they were able to win that map 2-6-2, but a look at the stat column. And, well, I mean, okay, so I take it back even more for Sib because he led the way in damage as well. So a great map.
Yeah, but you were lying in terms of like overall slaying.
No, it was pretty close.
It ended up being around 5. But I mean, there were just so many opportunities where it was 1 kill, and if it shifts the other way, Carolina are very much in this map. Even like that, Nate, sometimes just feels like this happens where just every clutch defensive kill it goes towards one team, and that nade right to start the second half. Felt like the momentum was starting to go your way, but Sib just tossed it on in there, able to stop that push.
And dude, I mean, I don't have the stat in front of me for like if you win the break off in like a pretty convincing fashion, how often it turns into either an immediate score or a score within the first like 60 seconds. The fact that neither time they were able to capitalize.
Yeah, I think the second half a little more than the first because it felt like they had...
Second half was clean. That was like a clean four-head.
Yeah, you had a clean four-head. You had 3 players on the map. The first
I guess Fire died after a triple, but yeah.
It was only like 1 player that was pushed up, 1 on ball. So it's a little bit tougher, but yeah. We talked about that a lot at the major.
Well, I guess it's just even that first half, though. Like, you technically won it, and then you were down 2-0, like, real quick. So, like, it could have been a whole hell of a lot better than that, at least. You're hoping you at least keep some map control for a while, or at least keep EMP possession, but that was not the case. Envoy having fun. Ghosty in his bag in that one. Sib scratching his head, but he was shooting. And Lurks, who was having a party in that map 1, not able to enjoy it quite as much in the second respawn of our best of 5. But this is how it has gone so far. Now the closeout game will go to Saki. And while we wait for this, let's talk a little bit about Saki. What are your opening thoughts here? Just kind of seeing it now get into the rotation.
Yeah, I mean, another one where there's going to be some big money hills. I think for me, you're probably looking at 2 and 3, right? Like the Bridge Warehouse at P2 and then P3. Yeah, it's a tough one to break because not only it's just such a large hill, so there's a lot of positions to check. And I think our teams will figure it out sooner or later.
It makes it more difficult to nade, more stuff to check.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of looking at map 1. Like maybe Carolina's put a lot of sort of time in with their hardpoint on these newer maps, thinking this is where we should take advantage of this. But they did not play them on gridlock.
That's kind of what. Well, I mean, I think all teams are thinking that, but especially if you're, like, I don't know, middle of the pack, trying to elevate your game. You hope you can catch somebody here, but. Hill time record. It's Fire in that map 1. Put up, what, 2 minutes, 52 seconds in that unbelievable start out of him. Hasn't been able to have the same impact over maps 2 and 3, but a solid one there in the map 3 despite the loss. Now,
laughing to second is Nero, right? It's
that's funny. Actually.
That's like, yeah. Nero was doing maybe a little bit of that, but maybe they wanted more of it.
Yeah,
they wanted more of this. And Fire's like, yeah, I can do a little bit better. I got this.
All right, well, can they win both hardpoints here against what at one time was our best hardpoint team in the game? That seems to be a distant memory, really, for this Paris Gentlemates team, but trying to get back to that winning pedigree. Still seems work to do, but solid here in 2 and 3.
Yeah, just hoping that they can, I don't know. They were just so far ahead. They were so far ahead. I assume it's just one of those things where everybody else caught up.
Yeah, I'm sure it's part of it.
Made those adjustments.
And we know there's some stuff, through tweets, stuff going on in their personal lives and stuff. And hopefully, it been able to move past whatever was going on there and get more dialed in on finding those improvements. And we'll see. Sometimes a team in this position, having some new modes, having a new maybe meta behind the weapons will be a good thing for them, a spark plug for them. Was a little worried after that map 1, but now they bounced back and they're in control of the series. And this, for me, is just a map that I feel like Neptune, if he is flowing, he will be able to take over.
Well, and you can just find so much space on this map as a sub. You can kind of disappear if they can look for you. You can just be very annoying.
Oh, I'm sure.
With some of these rooms. So yeah, Neptune is one where he can push some spawns out and get lost.
I'll see if they can close it out in the map 4. Or if Lurks can get back to frying like he did in the map 1. Pressure to him to probably match what Envoy and Neptune have been bringing so far. Here we go. First look at Saki.
It's a beautiful map.
No, it is. No, it really is. It really is. I know that's not the most important thing, but as a caster, when you're casting it over and over and over again, I want it to look a little pretty. I do. I'll be honest.
I'm sure the viewers love it too. Yeah.
Maybe a little colors. I don't need MW 2019 where everything was gray the entire time. Give me a little color. Into this P1 as both teams kind of vying for control here at the bar. Ghosty playing just outside the point. Craze is going to catch both and just put them down. Neither team really able to earn any time yet, but finally Raven stackings up behind the triple.
And they did the map flip, right? They want that P2 side. We're going to head towards that top right. So similar to Gridlock. Well, they're getting the time, but they're also able to flip the map and cash in on this P2. See Fire, he's gonna be playing a little bit safe. 4-1 start for him. Immediate pressure though, gonna be here for Gentlemates. Well, Craze will spawn out, so he's gonna be the one guy behind enemy lines, just trying to pick this up.
Exceed is going bananas though. Exceed nearly kills everybody. He almost got all four. Ghosty got hit to a bullet.
Yeah, I was staring at the mini map.
Oh yeah, Exceed was just dancing around rocks, just putting them down. Exceed goes nuts. And that's a big part of why, well, I mean, they had to actually get the flip, obviously, through the P1, but that immediate pressure dealt with so well by Exceed. We'll get right back over to his POV. Neptune is one with a rock. Well, he has been since the release of this game, if you think back to Exposure. But it is Paris that are finally able to get through and get in, rack up some of this time with a healthy 20 seconds remaining here.
Well, it seems like if you get past sort of that back right alley, that's when you block those spawns. That's when they start to flip, and that's what happened. You found the early kills, and now you're trying to get pushed out towards this P3.
Another opportunity here for Ravens to capitalize. You deal with the point man and Neptune. New hardpoint popping in 3. Really far forward will be Craze. Anything he finds will just stagger this a little bit. He is able to at least get one. Next guy that needs to get one for you is going to be Lurks. He's got a couple angles that he is trying to watch. Bit of info there through mid. He's going to try and wrap that. He's going to take the chow and win it against Neptune.
I mean, he's the guy just trying to figure out where is this push coming from, and he's not seeing anything down low. So he's like, hey guys, like watch this bridge, watch Catwalk. It's got to be coming from here. Well, he's going to find the first 3 players in that first push, able to find those kills, and now he is just taking his time. But Sib just walks right on up, and he's able to break this for a little bit.
See how long that break actually lasts, but I think that Lurks POV there was kind of showing what you were talking about. You can get lost, you can shift floors very quickly. A lot of different corners you can work as he was bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, but you are able to flip the spawns. Looks like you just didn't block if you were Raven, so you're going to find some of this scrap time and stay in the game.
It's kind of similar to what we saw in the last hardpoint, honestly. Got a little mixy around the midway point. And it's keeping Paris in the game with some scrappy hardpoint. We're heading out to, well, Exceed's area of the map where he went nuts earlier over at Rock, as he'll get back into his position. We'll see if this could be a solid one for Ravens. And they're just hoping that if you get an early rotation, maybe turn this into 40 or so, instead of getting a little bit closer to splitting the time. But the fact is, they haven't really been splitting. They've been taking like a 10-15 second advantage each time. They continue to do that, they're going to be winning the map. Craze is going the whole way around. That's going to turn multiple heads and should open up the front of the hardpoint for Royal Ravens to get back in.
And that was massive because Paris, they were probably 1 kill away on the Craze from really having total map control. But then, as you said, like he gets a kill, someone else spawns up and guns another one. So the last 2 had to turn to deal with Craze.
But here we are,
have the spawns.
Here we are again.
But Ghosty continues to have himself a hot series after that map 1, 14-5, 6 in a row.
It just seems right around 25 to 30 seconds remaining in the hardpoint, and that's the bread and butter right now for Paris Gentlemates. We'll see if they can flip the script and kind of win it on both fronts here eventually. If they can get a nice transition into next, that's where they're going to have their best opportunity to look at a lead. But kills from Craze and Exceed kind of slowing down that story for now. It was Fire wins a one-on-one towards Nil.
And just trying to hit this Hellstorm. You see, well, he's going to lose that gunfight.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, I think you saw his expression as well.
Gets NPC'd. See if they can mount another break. They've had to come up with several. Looks like it's going to be a break. There's 2 more players they got to deal with. You see the spawn is coming in now for 2 Ravens players. On the way able to chow the corner. He's able to get both. That's going to be time now. And well, I think your earliest break you've been able to get now for Paris.
Yeah, can they hold on? See how Carolina opt to break this. They're sending the first player all the way through. That's going to be Trays, but Sib's locking that down with the AR. There are some incredible headies in this position, but Lurk's doing a good job. He whips out another M15. He's able to find a double. Now they just have to deal with Neptune, and well, sometimes you just can't deal with them. It takes the third. That's to give Paris the scrap time.
But that's the difference between the break coming a little bit earlier. I feel like with the late breaks previously, with like 25 seconds or so remaining, Ravens were like, okay, let's just rotate. This time they were like, okay, we kind of have to attack this again. And now you're looking at a tie game, 106-106. The breaks have been there for Paris. That was just the biggest, and the one that they were able to really hold on and lock it down. Now we get back into mid-map. And we'll see if this plays out similar to the first set of rotations.
Carolina have done a good job since the start, as you said. They're trying to go for that P5 one more time. I think they're just kind of playing for mid-map control since P1
True, a little different,
right
but
through
I
here.
figure part of it was also, I mean, that break was over 40 seconds left too, so a little different than the previous ones, but
so far so good here.
You also are kind of fighting over what you want to control anyway, right? But yeah, another nice P1 from Royal Ravens, and they're gonna bust through the back and get a flip similar to like they were able to do the first time through, and that's on the back of Lurks and Exceed. And remember, in transition, this is where Exceed kind of got set up in the same position he is now, near the rocks, bottom right, and just went wild to shut this down. It's going to be on Exceed again, probably to walk away with a multi. This time, though, not going to be an AR in hand. He got done with the M15 last time through. This time, he's shut down. It'll be Lurks with the M15 as he's on 5 straight.
Yeah, and again, it's just like they've had these deaths right around before P2 pops. And that allows pairs to get through and kind of flip the map, make it messy. You can see spawns right now, a little bit all over the place. Nobody has back spawn control. But Neptune, he's able to make plays.
Okay.
He's able to make plays, finds the double, buys enough time for his teammates to get here.
The fact that awkward timing where he chest bumps somebody turns into him getting 2 and, well, maybe a whole hell of a lot of time. You're back within 20 now. And Neptune doesn't even walk away with that kill. It's going to be Ghosty that comes away with it. But the fact is the team shot is on. 3 in a row for Ghosty, 4 in a row for Neptune. Maybe a lead change going to be looming.
And this is what I mean with P2 and P3. Like, you don't have to necessarily have those close spawns. You can just sort of win these fights from inside. And yes, it has been an individual play, but
just
Neptune,
due to the size of the hard point.
Yeah, I mean, he has so much finesse in here. They have not been able to find him. Hellstorm in his back pocket. And now they also control the next hill.
And finally, are enjoying a lead. And this is the back-to-back you were hoping to finally find for Paris to turn the game-long deficit into an advantage. No streak needed yet. They'll be in control. And kind of like we saw Lurks trying to find finesse spots and angles to find picks, it'll be on players like a Neptune and Envoy to try and do the same.
No way.
And, well, it's a very quick break there for Ravens. Things fall apart just as we're telling the story of the run for Paris.
I mean, just weren't able to find where that push was coming from, but you're fighting on back. Even with the close spawns, you're immediately able to get inside, and now Fire has to hang on because his teammates are spawning across the map. So just brace back and forth.
Fire, while doing his thing again in the hill department, leading the way with 90 seconds there. 15 remaining. You'll be up about 40 if you get the rest of this time. A much better second set of rotations so far for Paris. This is where Ravens now have to answer. They get trolled for so long, but now trying to battle back into this. Here goes Neptune in a second here. Oh, it's gonna be the streak. Okay, just tuck down the window. Streak gonna be coming in. You'll see the white arrow start to scatter. Let's see what this turns into.
Yeah, at first it looked like they were gonna maybe just play. They knew they had one off a spawn, maybe just go for that push, but they want to put this game away. Well, this is gonna be a map where these things are gonna be deadly. P4 and P5. Wide open. You go 1 for 1. Yeah, they're outside, so you're gonna force them into tough positions. And well, he's gonna find a double after that. So Neptune do whatever he wants.
Yeah, 1 for 1, but I think Alva got a kill right as he called the streak too. So he had a little. Well, didn't get killed by the streak, yes, but it set them up for a good spot. Ghosty though, 30 and 13. This is like that. Bro, remember that gridlock he had? Or not the gridlock. Sorry, that did hardpoint. I think he had versus Thieves or something, where he was like quadruple positive the entire time. Ghosty, after a slow map 1, has just been frying, and they are 35 points away from closing out this series.
They might be telling M15 players we're all right.
Yeah, we're just fine, guys. Settle down. We're gonna get joked every now and then, but we still have a. Okay, well, that might be the stun too, but that didn't help. That did not help the argument. That was insane to have that kill come in as we're chatting through things. Ravens, though, in the hard point, 50 seconds remaining. Neptune, though, again, doing what he wants. 26 and 19. Keeps opening up these setups from Royal Ravens. Now 30 away from the dub. All the pressure on Ravens now to break. Fire needs a win on one-on-one. He's able to do that. Lurks is going to find a double as well, and they will be in. Now, can they hold this? 30 seconds to go. And they've been pretty solid at the P1.
They've been solid at the P1, but in terms of holding on this map, they really haven't been. It's been behind the brakes of Gentlemates that they have found success on this map. Well, they're going to do it again. Yeah, it just feels like maybe a little bit more chaotic early on is Saki than what we saw on Gridlock, break after break. Team still figuring it out, and that's going to allow Paris to be 10 points away.
Ghosty's been on his 30 for a minute. Neptune just joins him. Won't win it on that hard point, but here comes next. Now you've got to be perfect if you are the Royal Ravens. But Sib is picking you apart. He might get a third, and he will. Sib lines them up, shuts them down. Everybody dead. Paris will now be in the hard point. 5 seconds for the dub. Sib goes wild late. It's a series victory for Paris. They started slow, but same with Major at the Major, right?
Yeah, no, I mean,
lost that one, then ripped 3 straight.
3-1s all year between these two, and yeah, very similar.
I was so worried. I'll be honest. I was worried after Gridlock. I was like, uh-oh.
No, Carolina just looked like a very good Gridlock team.
Yeah,
they were a step ahead.
Yeah.
And again, maybe Paris relied on a couple of breaks that just never happened. Where the breaks on this map seem a little bit easier for them.
Felt that way, right? Like breaks were coming in, well, about halfway through the point throughout that first set of rotations, but then they came early and often. And once they flipped the script, they dominated monster map. They're out of Ghosty. Neptune with some just insane kills to really get them in the hard point. Crucial, allow those breaks and allowing Ghosty to get into his spots, which didn't happen a whole lot in that map 1. Neptune leads the way in damage. A beautiful one out of him there. And on the other side of it, I mean, got beat up a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, you just got slayed. I think this is kind of like what was missing at times from Paris last stage. Like, you just didn't have your superstars be superstars. Like, maybe one player was doing it, but now it seems we're getting multiple back on track.
Yeah, no.
Like, you're just seeing individual talent that knock some teams out.
Sid, maybe not like the statistically most insane series, but just like, even just the end there to close out the game. Like, rips off 4 straight, shuts it down, game over. Led the way in damage. You said the overload as well. Like, he's still finding his spots. But all right, 1 step for Paris, 1 series win, and each series win going to be, well, big now since you're only playing 5 versus 11 in the last qualifier.
Yeah, Legend Jet. I mean, this is how they wanted to start it, right? Sort of get away from stage 2.